Hello everyone. Today I absolutely enthusiastic to review the film of Moana 2. This video recording for completing the last examination for popular literature subject. But before I tell you about the issue of this film, I will tell you about the history of this film because uh, Moana Moana's film adapted from Polynesian history. So check this out. History of Moana. Moana is the daughter of a tribal chief who comes from a lineage of sailors. Moana was chosen by the sea to return the heart of the goddess Tefiti, which was stolen by a demigod named Maui. Moana sets off for the legendary island with Maui to return the heart of Tefiti. Along the journey, Moana and Maui battle against various odds and learn about persistence and fate. The film Moana conveys a moral message that fear can clothe our identity and heart does not define who we are. The film Moana also represents migration, colonialism, and the traditions of the Polynesian people, especially in Samoa. The character or the main character of this film named Moana. The film Moana is one of the Disney animated film that's skyrocketed in its time and is still often watched until today. This film received nominations in various competitions, especially in the field of Best Animated Film. This film tells the story of Moana, a daughter of the Motunui Chief Tui, who was chosen by the ocean to return the heart of the goddess Tefiti. The heart was stolen by Maui, a demigod or half-human creature, half-god. Moana's goal in returning the heart is to save the people where she lives. The 2,000-year gap referred to above is called the Long Pause. In the history of Polynesian exploration, no one knows for sure about the cause. However, no one knows what triggered the Polynesians to return to exploring their oceans after 20 centuries of isolation. In this case, Disney developed the imagination that the long pause was caused by the Polynesian people, who at that time inhabit the island of Samoa, believing in tabu, a word from the Tongan language. There is also a prohibition on sailing beyond the coral reefs on the island they inhabit. However, this prohibition was broken by Moana and Maui as the first explorers after a gap of 2,000 years. Both used traditional Polynesian canoes or canoe with outriggers and sails. The ship is called the Wa Kaulua. In her voyage, Moana doesn't use map or compass technology, but uses her ability to understand the stars, the horizon, and even the appearance and feel of the sea waves she sails. It was the success of Moana's mission to restore the heart of Tefiti that moved the Polynesian people to return to exploring the ocean and settle many other islands on the eastern side of Polynesia. And the second character in this film called Maui. Maui is a demigod as mentioned earlier. It's a legend that developed in Polynesia. Maui is considered to play a role in the story of the creation of their lives. The depiction of Maui in the film Moana is somewhat similar to that believed by indigenous people, but has striking differences in body shape and the presence of flowing hair. In sorry, in Polynesian methodology and legend, Maui is depicted as having a relatively slender, muscular body and either having no hair or bald, or having his hair tied thickly at the top of his head. However, in this film, Maui is animated as having a fat body and long curly hair. However, apart from the differences in Maui's physical appearance in the film, there are also several similarities. The first is that the tattoos on Maui's body are similar to the tattoos on giant poultry. Then, there are similarities in Maui's role as the creator of the archipelago. Maui, in the film Moana, also deliberately create an island as a ploy to invite his brothers to go fishing. Some of these islands form the Hawaiian Islands and many other islands. Another Maui methodology can also be seen in the tattoos on Maui's body, namely Maui holding back the sun with a rope from his sister's hair so that it doesn't set too quickly. This is related to Maui's role in methodology as a guardian so that the days become longer. Apart from that, the song You Are Welcome in the film Moana has lyrics that are relevant to Polynesian methodology. Maui, as a demigod, has consistently helped humans a lot. So, the song is a response to the thanks from the humans he helped. The attributes of the weapons held by Maui in the film are also in accordance with the developing methodology. Maui is animated carrying a large, white fishing hook made from a jawbone he took from Muriranga Wenua, his ancestor. In another version of methodology, this fishing hook is used to beat the sun so that doesn't sink quickly. And apart from Maui, there are several details from the film Moana that have relevance to the lives of Polynesian people. The, the traditional fail house in the film represents the culture of the Polynesian people. The fail house is characterized by a circular shape with wooden pillars supporting a curved dome-shaped roof and has no walls. Fail house has different functions because fail is a general word to refer to the shape of house in Polynesia. The uses of the fail itself are varied, namely as a family home, guest house, even a meeting place or cultural center. The veil in this film is used a place for tribal chiefs to give orders and storytellers to read stories to children. There's also a representation of the tattoo traditional called peye and shem. Peye is a tattoo owned by men. In the film Moana, the peye is owned by Chief Tui as the tribal leader. The tattoo is inked on the body from the waist to the knee using traditional tattoo equipment. Meanwhile, shame is a tattoo that women have, which in this film is owned by Moana's mother as the wife of the Tui tribe leader. Shame tattoos have a simpler shape, but they both have a deep meaning. Traditional Samoan headless attributes are also present in the film Moana. This headdress is called twiga and is worn by traditional heads and their children during ceremonies and other important events. Twiga represents the status of the family wearing it. Apart from that, necklaces made from teeth, bones, and shells are also featured in the film. These necklaces were used to show the status of tribal chief and powerful people who wore them. Mm, One of dishes cooked in this film also represents Polynesian traditional, especially palusami. This food is made from coconut milk, warped in taro leaves, and then cooked in umu. Umu is the term for an open oven with the technique of cooking food using stones heated by fire. In the film Moana, an animated old man is cooking palusami in his yard. And we go to Hawaiian methodology. These are also several symbolizations of spiritual traditions in Polynesia, which are represented in the film Moana. Grandma Tala, or the grandmother character in this film, is depicted as a mantarai, representing Aumakua, namely ancestor, who are reincarnated with a certain physical form to guide and protect their descendants. Representation of Hawaiian methodology regarding the battle between fire and water. In this film, the character Moana, with the help of the ocean, tries to fix Teka, namely Tefiti, who is angry because Maui took his herd. Teka spews fire and lava into the ocean. Finally, the film Moana depicts the Maori Hongi tradition, namely a body gesture of touching the nose and forehead to each other. In the film, the Hongi gesture is also conveyed, conveyed by Moana to Teka until she finally turns into Tefiti, a goddess with the power of life. Moana also conveyed these gestures as an expression of gratitude to Tefiti. And they also have the tattoos. From their distinctive tattoos, we can learn about the practices placed in the Pacific Island, what the image communicate, and how tattoos tied leaders to their communities. Although the stories surrounding his character vary, Maui has a place in island white legends as a demigod. Stories of his exploits, including the capture of island, are a common trait. Each island tells a slightly different story. Setsua Suluaip Tau, a Tongan tattoo artist living on Oahu. One of Maui's most famous legends is the slowing of the sun. Of it, he accomplished it by entangling with magic ropes, allowing people to walk longer. Maui references this story in Moana when he sings "You are welcome" in some cultures. Maui fixes everyone mistakes or problems. Tretu said to us, Maui is a working class hero who stood up for the people. In Maori legend, Maui and his brother fished in a canoe on what is now New Zealand's South Island, Te Waipounamu, using a hook taken from his grandmother's jawbone. Maui caught the giant fish, now known as North Island, Te Maui. In Hawaii, it is said that Maui went fishing with his brothers and reeled it in the Hawaiian island with his magic tube. We may come from Tonga, Samoa, Hawaii, or Tahiti, but we are all one people, Tuetu said. We tell the story to our children over and over again. He was a real person for us. In 2011, Disney filmmakers John Musker and Ron Clements embarked on a research trip through Polynesia for Moana. This expedition led to the formation of the Oceanic Trust, an eclectic group of historians, anthropologists, linguists, and cultural practitioners who shaped many of the film details. Among them are accomplished tattoo artist Peter Suluape and anthropologist Dione Fonotti. They are the key to getting the film tattoo someone for tattoo, design Jasu. The issue of this film. So the Moana film's representation of migration, colonialism, and the tradition of the Polynesian people, especially Samoa, turns out to be quite identical. When related to archaeological remains, there are still many fails that were built since ancient times and are still used today. In addition, an attempt to reconstruct the origin of Polynesian migration and colonialism was carried out by a number of scientists in 1976. An exploring canoe named Hakulea was built to prove the success of traditional ship navigation. Another aim is to revive the tradition of ocean voyage as well as to understand the time when colonialism occurred in the Polynesian island region. Since ancient times, Polynesian people have been known as the Viking of the sunrise. Viking of the sunrise, which means they had the ability to explore the sea. However, in the course of history, the long pause was discovered, namely the period when Polynesians stopped exploring. In the film Moana, the period the long pause is described as a time when the people of the island of Samoa believed in taboo. Moana and Maui are here to break the ban and return to exploring after a 2000 years gap. One of the inherent traditional cultures of Polynesian is that they are able to adapt and have a close relationship with the sea. For them, the sea is not only a place of navigation, but it also related to culture. They have social mechanisms that enable them to face various challenge, various challenges in the Pacific environment. The character Moana is described as brave and believes that she can survive the sea. For the Polynesian people, the Pacific Ocean is natural navigation for crossing the vast ocean. The legends of Coop's exploration of the Pacific proves that they have a strong bond with the ocean as a cultural identity. This cultural this culture is represented through Moana's ability to traverse the vast ocean by using the stars as navigation to guide their path. This technique has apparently been believed by Polynesian explorers for thousands of years. That the issue and the chronological from the Moana's film. I hope I can help you for understanding this film after watching this video. And this is the last part of this video. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.